Okay, so I think we're going on any second, Jonny. What type of day you had, pal?
Not bad, really. Only a few hours in work, so and then get out. Yeah.
So you said you've been for a run. How far have you been today?
11 mile.
11 mile?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that. Up some big hills.
I seen you done a run the other day. You posted quite a nice picture from the top of a peak somewhere. Was it last night?
Yeah, I'll think
all the lights and that in the background.
Yeah. Greater Manchester.
Oh, yeah. Just looking for this catch this live stream, pal. So if anybody is on, we can.
I'll put it on my Instagram. Tell them to go to your Facebook page.
So I'll send it over, pal. So we're on now, Jonny. We've got someone tuned in, so we're ready to go, pal. Yeah. So just wait for a few more to come on. We've got a few coming in. So last week we had a conversation on here with a local running lad, Mark Emerson, great runner. We had a really good chat. Got a good response from it. So we're just trying to lift a little bit of lockdown motivation for people. So this week, he was a fast lad last week. This week, I've checked out with my old friend Jonny. We're going to come on. We're going to talk about long distance running. Jonny's a long distance runner. He does 100 milers. That's what he does for fun. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into that, I usually do this in my group, the Fit Dad Club. So I don't want to sell their members out usually. Like I say, we do this once a week. They post in the group. We give them a quick shout out for what they've been doing. So I'm just going to quickly blast that out. So we've got Darren Haney sharing another good week of running. He's been out most days as per usual. Local runner, loves it. So well done, Darren. Thank you. We've got Colin Brown, who's a member of my Alpha Plan. He's had a big week of training, including a 100-kilometre ride. He's texted me earlier. He's done 3 workouts today, including a run, a bodyweight workout and a weighted workout. So top work, mate. Keep that up. We've got Chris Pearson, who's done a 4-mile weighted run, followed by what else but weighted squats from sets going down in 2s from 24, 22, 20, all the way down to none. So great stuff, Chris. We've got Ben Harper. He started a tough Zwift training plan. I've done this one myself a few times. It's the pools are shut, so he's working on his weakest discipline in the triathlon, which is his bike. So great work, Ben. We've got Kit Rickaby, who's posted a 20-kilometre morning run with some lovely sunrise photos, getting up, getting after it. Well done, Kit. Good stuff, pal. We've got Carl Bow, who's hitting a 40-mile social run. First time he's hit half a marathon for a long while. So great work, mate. Keep it going. And lastly, definitely not least, we've got Adrian Wally. Shared a brutal-looking workout. The man knows how to knock his pan in, I can tell you that much. So we'll bring it back to today. Like I said earlier, we've got the main man for the long-distance running that I know at least, Jonny Hewlett. So how are you doing, Jonny?
All right. Yeah, good.
All good, pal?
Yeah. Just try to send people over to your Facebook page to watch it.
Yeah, no worries, mate. They'll be coming on. It's building up. A few people will be sharing it now, like I said, Danny and Max and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll get it, pal. So a little bit how I know Jonny. Me and Jonny went to school together. He was a few years older than me, and I knocked around with his little brother Marcus. Yeah. So I remember one example. I used to go up and stay now and again at Jonny and Marcus's house. His lovely mum would make us nice teas and everything, and I'd give a bit of cheek to Jonny, being the cheeky lad I am. I remember one night he wrapped a bottle of sauce around the back of my head. The glass ones, not the plastic ones that they have now. He says, "I'm that lad." So yeah, good memories, Jonny. How are you doing, pal?
Good. I remember that.
Yeah. We had some good times up there, didn't we?
Yeah. Calm down.
What are you up to these days, Jonny? What are we doing for work and stuff? What's going on?
Working quite a lot, really, to be fair. Doing engineering. But, early start, long days. That's why I'm out early. Get it in before work.
That's it, pal.
Just got to fit it in, haven't you?
Yeah, you have got to fit it in, pal. Especially when you're doing what you're doing. You know, it's not easy, is it? So, how long have you been running for, Jonny? And how did that sort of transition into wanting to do long distance?
Yeah, well, I've been running about 4 years, and it started because of training for a Tough Mudder. I got talked into doing Tough Mudder,
Yeah.
and I thought I've never ran in my life, so started running to get fit for that, and that were it. Just started running on the hills, and my wife went running, so got into it a bit because of that, and then a mate of mine, he'd done an ultra marathon. He didn't even know what an ultra marathon was, and it just stuck in my mind, and I didn't let it go. So I thought, you know what, I'll have a bash at that. And it's just
that's brilliant.
I became obsessed quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I didn't know you started through a Tough Mudder, pal. Didn't know that.
Yeah, that was because Tough Mudder's 10 miles like round. And have you done it? Yeah.
No, but I've always quite fancied it. It's just never sort of been the right time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's been a laugh.
And I was worried I wouldn't be able to make it round the course because it was too far.
Yeah.
So
crazy when you
I thought I'd best do some running. I was all right strength wise because I was always in the gym. Yeah. But yeah, it all just stemmed from that really.
Yeah, you can see you're quite top heavy there. You can see your gym. That's what too much.
What's that?
I can see. I'm just saying, you can see you're quite top heavy, like with the shoulders and everything.
I do want to slim down, but
yeah,
it's
hard, isn't it, to lose that muscle and stuff. You know,
it is hard. It is hard. You can tell, like when you're climbing, doing a lot of climbing, it does slow you down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you do need some beef on you for a long distance. Keeps you going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. You need strength as well, don't you? That's for sure. Yeah. So you did your Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
We're getting a few comments and stuff coming in now, pal. I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, that was 2016, I think. 2016. Or 2015.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
So what happened then, Jonny? What was next? How did
Well, I thought I'll sign up to like a trail race. So I think first long distance one I did was it's called the Ebden in Ebden Bridge. That was 22 miles in January. So it was tough.
Cold.
What's that?
Cold. January.
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's cold. It's just it's muddy. It was grim, but I loved it. I struggled. I like it when it's grim.
Yeah.
Tough conditions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me this summertime running. Hot weather.
No.
No.
Oh, lovely love a summertime run.
Yeah.
So what kind of year are most of your races in? Are they all kind of back end of the year, or are they like?
To be fair, they are like June onwards. They're pretty spread out because there's always something going on really, but for the year coming up, it's big in January, big in June. We'll do something big in September, October. I'm not doing a lot of racing next year, especially with COVID and that. You can't sign up to anything, but even if that weren't about, I just want to do 3 big events next year.
Yeah.
So, and then go on to other things. Another race after that. So everything leads on to something else.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 2 dogs that you take out with you every morning, every evening, do you, Jonny? Is that right?
Yeah. Keep me company.
Tell us about them.
Yeah, they love it. Or the wild. Yeah, full of energy.
Is there German pointer and English pointer, is that right?
Yeah. One's a German pointer, one's a German cross with an English pointer. They're good. They don't need to be on the leads. They're fine while they're out. Proper sound. Yeah.
I've got a German pointer. I've got a German pointer as well. He's my running buddy. He's brilliant. I've now got him. I've now got him off the lead, but it's that first mile or two, Jonny. You know what they're like, they're absolute racehorses, aren't they?
Yeah.
Gone. That's scary. And if I have him on the lead, it's like a bungee. I'm just getting dragged down the road.
Yeah, it drives you mad. One of them's easier to control than the other. One of them ventures a bit too far, but he always comes back. But yeah, I trust him.
Yeah. Have you ever had any incidents?
What's that?
Have you ever had any incidents with the dogs while you're out running? Mine likes to chase sheep.
Yeah, I lost one of them. Yeah, I lost Marley when about 2 years ago. We're up on tops and the fog came in. He was there 1 minute, next minute he disappeared. And obviously you can't see anything up there. The fog come in, it started raining. For about 2 hours I looked for him. I didn't find him, but he'd gone back the way we came, and someone found him in car park and phoned us. So I was lucky to get him back. I didn't think I would have found him. No, sick. Yeah. Well, lesson learned there.
Yeah.
I've not had anything since. No, they don't chase sheep.
No.
They just chase birds. Does he?
He doesn't attack them. He just wants to play with them. But as soon as he sees them, his head's in, and then he'll just go, and there's like something just comes over it, he's just gone, and I cannot.
You can't let the farmer see him chasing him.
I know. I ran down Skinner with him a few weeks back, and I had to clip him on, and he was pulling me down.
I won't run down there, but
no, I just unclipped him, let him go.
Yeah.
So, Jonny, these races you're doing, these ultra marathons, they're 100 plus miles of them, aren't they?
Yeah, I've done 100. Yeah.
Now it must require some massive willpower.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of hours. I see you on Strava. You're out 4 a.m. all the time. Now, this is easy when you're motivated. You know what I mean? It's easy when you're motivated to get up in screen and do the run. What happens when you lose your will? You know, that motivation's not there. You maybe not trained for a week or something like that. How do you get up and get out the door, Jonny? Like, what's your why or something like that? You know, what gets you going?
I just think of the bigger picture. I don't need motivation to be. It's like drive. It's I just think of the bigger picture. If I don't do it, I've got no chance of doing these big races. And that's it. That's as blunt as it is. Either train, be uncomfortable, and get it done. You can't keep putting it off. You're not gonna. You can't. I want to do the spine race in 2022. So everything I'm doing is to that. So you can't be soft. You don't want to stay in bed wrapped in your duvet. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Nice warm blankets.
No, you've got to get it done. Don't get me wrong. Some days I might not go out, but I don't have weeks off, and generally I stick tough runs in. So yeah, it's just a bigger picture what keeps me going. Yeah,
nice one.
Yeah,
that's good. So, what kind of gear do you need to compete in one of these ultras?
A lot, and it's expensive. Anyone who tells you all you need is a pair of shoes to go running, don't believe them. Yeah. But for the race that's coming up in January, we've got a carry sleeping bag, cooker, ice spikes, spare clothes, spare food. You obviously need 2 lots of lights, full waterproofs, thermals. You've got a big pack on for that.
Carry a cooker about.
Yeah, you've got to carry a little gas stove, so you can. Because you're in winter, it's winter on Pennines. There's no one out there, so if you need food, a bivvy bag.
What race is that?
The Spine Challenger.
That's the Spine Challenge.
The Challenger,
yeah. Is that your big one? Is that like your Everest?
No, the Spine race will be the big one. I want to do that. That's the full Pennine way. But I'm just doing 100 miles of it. So you know what I mean? Yeah. But, I was meant to do 100 this year, but it got cancelled in June. It got put back to September. And then it got cancelled. So
Yeah.
I've not done any racing since January.
It must be hard that putting all that effort in, you know, and then it just gets knocked away, doesn't it?
Yeah, I tried doing it self-supported, but it just didn't happen. I ended up stopping with injury.
Yeah, I seen you put a story on, and you said, didn't you, you was injured and you was walking back to somewhere. How far was it you had to walk back?
I honestly don't know. I was walking for about 3 hours, I think, 2 hours. I got to a town and a taxi driver, he wanted 40 quid for me to get back, and because I'm tight, I thought I'll just walk. But then I thought, nah, it would have took me even about 3 hours from town. So I ended up getting a taxi. Yeah.
Yeah.
My last mile took an hour and 10 minutes. To put that in perspective.
Yeah.
I couldn't go downhill. It was agony. So,
yeah. I can't say I can imagine, because I haven't done anything.
I was carrying too much gear for if it was like the race, obviously you don't need to be self-supported, you only need minimal kit. But because we were doing it on our own, my pack were massive, and you're going up and down the mountains with that on, it didn't happen. So yeah.
It's lessons learned though, isn't it, Johnny?
It is, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying about these races getting cancelled, and you've done all that training. It's not about the end result, is it? It's about what it's making of you to get up and do these trainings and do these, like what you're building over time, what character you're creating in yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know, when life's hardships comes, you've toughened yourself right up, haven't you? So you're going to be ready for these things.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's true that.
So, absolutely, I believe in it 100%. I listen to a lot of motivational videos as well. I probably heard it there, but you stuck with us. So let's say someone's new getting into the game, Johnny. What's your advice to someone new doing ultra marathons?
Just give it a try. Don't rely on anyone else to help you to do your own train yourself. Don't I'll do it with my mate. I'll start next week with my mate. Don't do that. Do it yourself and just give it a go. Because you don't want to start relying on people to get stuff done. Because if you let you down, you won't end up doing it. There's nothing to be scared of, or you just give it a go. If you can run a marathon, I've never ran in my life, and look where I've got to now. So I think anyone can do it. You've just got to be prepared. Don't matter how fast you are. I'm not fast myself. You know, I'm middle of the pack at best. So you don't need no special skills. You just got to, you've got to want to do it. At the end of the day, if you don't want to do it, don't even bother, because it'll just be hell on earth. If you don't want to go out for 6 hours in the moors, 8 hours, whatever, 10 hours, if you don't want to do it, it'll be hell. But
it does. It sounds like. Now, if anyone's got any questions for us as well about ultra running, fire them over into the group. I'm just going to have a quick check now. What sort of mileage do you do on an average week, Johnny? This is from Darren. He's doing about 40 himself, but he wants to get into longer runs. He's looking at what he needs to do.
I don't really go off miles. I go off time, because you could run 50 miles a week, 60 miles a week, but not that that's easy. But if you're not getting I do low mileage but bigger climbing, so that's because that's the kind of races I do. But if he's doing 40 miles a week, I'd say that's all right. You're getting some hills in.
He does. Darren, I know Darren. He's more of a road runner. So
right. See, if I was going to do an ultra marathon, like a trail marathon, I'd definitely start getting up on them hills, because you can be a good road runner, but you need to experience what it's like. The terrain, it's totally different. You can't go off minute miles. But I think that's what people, you know that yourself, don't you? when people say to you, flipping heck, you're doing 15-minute miles, and you think, you cheeky bastard. It's you've got no idea.
Yeah.
They think it's slow, yeah. Have you seen what I've just climbed up? You know what I'm coming from, don't you? But yeah, I do about between 30-40 miles a week if you do it in miles.
Yeah.
Last week I got 9 hours training in. So
Yeah.
that wasn't a big week, but I think 9 hours is good.
Yeah.
More
so like
eventually getting your... Go on.
So saying, so you're going for elevation, not miles. Basically, you're getting the hills in the legs.
I go off elevation and time. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about how many miles I do. It's the quality.
Yeah.
Really.
I've got another question from you. I've got a question here off Daniel Hull, Palio. Is this?
Yeah.
How do you motivate yourself to get the training in when you work so much? Sorry, Johnny, my dog's barking. I have to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's all right.
How do you motivate? Yeah.
You got to think of the end goal. The end goal. If you've got a race that you've got to train for and you don't want to train, you're gonna have a problem. So I don't have that problem because the race is important to me. So everything.
Have you ever had that problem? Have you ever had that problem?
Of being motivated.
Underprepared for a race.
Underprepared? No. I've underestimated a race, but I've never been underprepared ever. No, I don't think I ever will be. No.
I like it. Actually,
I've gone into races and thought this won't be too tough. It won't be too hard. And then I've got there and thought, Jesus Christ. Yeah, never let some numbers on a piece of paper because it can be deceiving. Yeah. Absolutely. I did a race called the GOAT.
Definitely. And, I was going to get onto your races next. Take us through a few. Where can I start? Start with the GOAT.
What's that?
Start with the GOAT. Yeah, the GOAT.
Yeah, that was a race I underestimated. I thought I've ran 50 miles before. It was 9,000 feet of climbing, but I thought it's not that much over 50 miles. But I tell you, it's grim up there, up north, up in the Cheviots. It's just boggy, dark. It's winter. That was a tough race. That I was meant to be doing it again in December, but they've moved it to January, the week before the Challenger, so I can't do it. So, but yeah, that was a tough race.
Time of year to be out in it.
Yeah, I ran that with I don't know. I had some sort of injury in my shin, and I was trying to keep up with my mate Darren, and it was a grim time. But that was a 17-hour race. That
So what kind of mileage was that?
That was 55 miles actually. That one. It is a good race. It's a really good race. Self-navigated. It's in winter. It's been the Cheviots up north. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I've got Wasdale Fell Race here, which is fairly local to me. Tell us about that. Was back in 2017. I've got. What tell us about that one?
Let me have a look. I thought I want to do a tough fell race. I think it might have been the first fell race I did, to be fair. And, I got timed out. It's you know what it's like. That was a brutal race. I didn't even make the second checkpoint. I'd done about 10 miles, and then I missed the cut-off by 10 minutes because I thought I'll hang back and reserve my energy. But no, it's a tight cut-off. And I got timed out. I was pretty happy, to be fair, because I bit off way more than I could chew with that one. But I went back 2018, nailed it. Well, nailed it in my eyes anyway. Got around there.
Got the medal, pal. That's near it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 9,000 feet of climbing over 21 miles. It's a beast. So,
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, you're taking in. But you Garfell Pike, Great Gable, Pillar, Kirkfell. Yeah, Flat Rig. It's a big loop. So it's a good race. It's a brute though.
So,
Yeah.
what's the UTS? Tell me about
That was my favourite race. that was I think that was the making of me, that race, to be honest.
that. The making of you.
Yeah. But when I first saw it advertised, I thought I'll have a bit of that, because it said UK's first alpine scale ultra. I thought that sounds tough. I'll have a go.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, that was hard. After 25 miles, I'll start. It's a 53-mile loop, call it, around Snowdonia, taking, I think it's 19,000 feet of climbing. So if anyone's familiar with climbing, 19,000 foot is a lot of climbing, hell of a lot. Yeah, so about 25 miles in, I was broke. Some people walked past me and like, "Oh, are you quitting?" I was like, "I don't know." Got to like the halfway point, had some food, and ended up being sick after that. And I met a guy called Jeff, and he stayed with me for a good few hours. Give me a right good talking to, words of wisdom, and it brought me back to life, so to speak. And so I carried on, and yeah, I ended up following these two Japanese guys, and they've got these T-shirts on of can't remember. It might have been Ultra Trail Andorra they'd done, or something. Yeah. It's a famous race, brutal race, and I thought, Jesus, man, these guys are experienced, and here's me, Joe Average, just following them. So I tagged along with them for a bit, and got into a checkpoint, and they quit. And I thought, you know what?
Joking.
Yeah, I thought you're wearing that T-shirt. You've done there's tougher races, and I thought that spurred me on. I thought they're quitting. I thought I'm not. And carried on. I met some other guys. They spurred me on up Snowdonia in the night, and it was nice to get to the top because you can see Llanberis and you can see the lights. And I knew there were no more climbing, so because I'd had enough of climbing, I thought we were going to die. Literally, when I say I was broken, I was seriously broken. That took me.
I mean, it's easy to stand there and listen and say all these miles and things like that, but until you're out there and you're actually experiencing it, and your legs are gone, and you've got another climb to do, and more miles, and the pain is there with you, and you're hungry and you're cold and everything.
I think the longest run, the longest run I'd done before that were about 10 hours, and that took me 20 hours. I've never climbed even close to that. I probably climbed half of it, and I was happy to finish in 20 hours. So, but then I went back again the year after, 2019. Went back with a mate, Aaron, and that knocked 2 hours off it. So I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Was it a better outing? Did you kind of enjoy it?
I knew what I was up against.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got another year's worth of racing in my legs, and just more experience. So, yeah, I've done quite a few races like that. Lake Sky Ultra, up around Lake District. That's a beast of a race.
When was that?
I think that was. That run last year. Yeah, 40 miles, 13,500 feet of climbing. So that's another beast. That would 13.5 hours.
So what's the longest you've done, Jonny?
108 miles, the Challenger. That was this January. That took me 49 hours. Yeah.
How many miles? 108?
Yeah.
Wow.
49 hours. Yeah.
So did you sleep?
No.
Did you sleep in that 49?
No, it was hell. I started to hallucinate. I'm not joking you. Yeah.
I remember the pool.
Yeah.
I remember,
It was
Tell us about that.
Well, it all started. Everything looked like an animal, like rocks. everything formed like an animal shape, and I don't know why. I says to Darren, who was with us, says, "What's that cow doing?" He says, "It's not a cow, it's a rock." But it looked like a cow, but it was just sat down. And so yeah, it was getting a bit creepy then. But the worst part were these sheep. Like it were that were about 10 miles. This sheep's face looked. It sounds funny. It looked like a demon. I tell you what, I was so scared. I just set off sprinting towards him, screaming. I'm pointing my walking poles at it, shouting, "What the fuck's that?" It was horrible. I'd been awake for that long. Yeah, when people say you hallucinate,
you can laugh, can't you? But until you're there and you're seeing it,
I went past it that bit on a run in Yorkshire Dales the other month, and I remembered it. I thought, no way, this is where that phantom sheep was.
Oh, spot on, man. Good stuff. So, when's the Spine Challenger then? When are we going for that? When's the big
10th of January, I think it is, or 9th. Something like 9th or 10th on the Saturday. But it was meant to start 8 o'clock in the morning, but now they're saying about staggered starts. So I could possibly start at 6 o'clock at night, which is going to throw me off because I'm going to have to stay awake all day.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll be able to stay awake for the run this time. If I've been up all day, it's putting another 12 hours of being awakened to it. So yeah, I'm doing that on my own.
Is it?
No, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely. Yeah.
So you do that. Let's say you get that in the bag. When are you looking to do this? The full spine.
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
How far is that one?
268 miles.
168 miles.
268.
I'm at 268 miles.
268 then, yeah.
Am I right in saying that a woman's got the best time for that?
She has, yeah. Under race conditions, she has, yeah. She's nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like a year or two ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's about, top of my head, 86 hours or something. Around that mark. Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I'd be happy to just finish that.
Of course, 268 miles.
Yeah. You've got 7 days. You what?
7 days. 7 days.
Yeah. 168 hours, I think it works out. Yeah. That's the big fish that I'll go at.
So, but will there be a bigger fish after that, Johnny? Do you ever fancy going abroad?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's loads of races I want to do abroad. I think I'd probably like to do it with a mate or a couple of us because it'd be a big experience. There's one called the Transalpine. You've got to do that in pairs anyway, so that'd be nice. So yeah. Off to Trail Andorra. All the ones with big climbing.
Yeah, why not? You got to push yourself, haven't you, pal?
As tough as the races are over here, your climbs are up and down because obviously you can only climb 1,000 meters, really. Yeah. That's as high as we have in this country. But obviously, if you're going up 3,000-4,000 meter peaks, that'd be something different. Yeah.
It's good that you're working up to these though, Johnny, as well. And you know, once you've done these, you can progress and keep it going. You've got something, a constantly moving goal, which is what you need in it. You don't want to be sat on your last achievement, bragging about it for too long. No. So that's really good.
I probably think too big, to be fair, but that's just the way I am.
Yeah, that's brilliant, mate. Love it. Brilliant stuff. So I think that'll do us for today, Johnny. But really appreciate that, mate. It's some really good, inspiring stuff there. Yeah. So it's been thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll talk to you now. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, you take care too, Ben. Cheers.
I'll catch you soon.
All right, bye.